Okay, what we're going to be doing is trying to create some assets inside of Blender for a video production. Video production is going to be a 720p video. And so anyway, we're going to make a logo for that. And so what we're going to do is create some text, and we'll manipulate it around a little bit and try and get a still rendering of that text for this video. So anyway, fire up Blender, and once you get Blender going, first thing you want to do is get in your generic screen that starts up when you fire up Blender. And first thing that we're going to want to do is get rid of this cube. The cube's already selected, so I can just hit the X key and delete that cube. And once the cube's gone, then the next thing that I will do is add some text. And so I'm just going to do a Shift A. You can also click up on the add menu up there, but I'm just going to come down here and look for the menu item that says text and click that. And as you can see, where the cube used to be at the point of origin there on our scene is some text that says basically text. Now, right now we're in object mode and we can't change the text in object mode. We can color it, we can move it around, so I guess we can change it, but we can't actually edit the geometry of the text. And so what we're going to do is place that in edit mode. And to place it in edit mode, we want to hit our tab key, or we can go up to the menu where it says object mode and change that to edit mode. Once you're in edit mode, you can see we can hit the backspace key here, so the delete key on our keyboard, and we're just going to backspace over that text and type the text that we want. So I'm just going to say Wranglers for my text there. And then after I type out the text that I want, the next thing I'm going to do is go back into object mode. So you can go select object mode up on the menu there, or you can just basically hit your tab key again to put it back into object mode. Now it's in object mode there. We can go ahead and apply some colors to it. So you need to make sure that it's selected. And you come over here and you get this thing that looks like a beach ball, if you remember, and you can add a material. And so I'm just going to click on that to add a base material, and I'm going to come down here to our first color here that's shown and click that and just change the color. So I'm going to pick a blue color there and come over here, and if I click to unselect the text, I applied a material to it, but for some reason it's not showing up. And the reason it's not showing up is I got to change my view to a rendered view in this viewport to display that text as blue. And so if you remember, you come right up here and you got these little icons here. You got a wireframe view, you got a solid view, and then this one over here on the end is a rendered view. So if I select that, now we can see that our text is indeed a blue color. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to extrude that text and give it some depth. And so I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to come over here and click on this A. This is all the properties for our text. And I'll probably just close this, hit this little triangle next to shape and close that. Close this one next to paragraph now. And the one we want to select is geometry. So if I hit this little triangle here next to geometry, the first thing I want to do is extrude it. So if I just bring my mouse cursor over here and click and drag, you can see I can extrude that text up and out. And so I only need about 0.1, so I can just click in there and type 0.1 if I want. And you can see I got a nice extrusion there. So I'm going to zoom in here. And to zoom, you can click and drag right here, or two fingers on your trackpad, or a middle mouse button if you get a mouse. I'm going to zoom in here a bit, and you can see that now my text has got some depth to it. It's extruded out here. The other thing that I'm going to want to do is apply a bevel to the edge of this text. And that way the light will reflect off of it and it'll kind of look nice. And so I'm just going to come down here where it says bevel, and I'm going to come down here to depth, and I'm just going to click and drag. And you can see I can get kind of crazy there, but I just want, you know, a little bit of bevel, maybe, maybe about 0.4 will work. So I might even click there and just say 0.03. So 0.03 I think is about what I'm going for. And you can see right along the edges here, it's kind of beveled that nicely. That'll help the light kind of reflect off that, so it'll look nice. So yeah, that should work for our purpose here. And so next thing I need to do is basically get my camera lined up. I also probably want to rotate that text up. I can put my camera looking straight down at that text if I want, but I think I'm going to rotate our text up. And so I want to make sure your text is selected here. And you'll notice we got these little lines here. We got a red line, we got a green line. And those are basically our axis lines. And you can see the colors up here. We can see that the red is our x-axis. So this red line here is probably the one I want to rotate on. And I want to rotate that up to probably about a 90 degree. And so to do that, all I have to do is I can come over here and I can select my rotate, but I'm just going to use the keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to hit R for rotate. I'm going to hit X to restrict it to the X axis, and I'm going to type 90. Then I'm going to hit the return key, and you'll notice that that stood up our text and aligned it to a 90 degree. Now, if I click on my camera right here, this little picture of a camera, I can see that my camera is not really lined up with that text very good yet. So basically, I'm going to click it again, come out here, and I'm going to make sure my camera is selected, because I'm going to be moving my camera in a second. And so I can do that over here in this window right over here. And then I'm probably going to come right up here where I orbit around. I can click and orbit around to kind of get a look at how things are laying out. But if I click on that Z there, it'll be basically an orthographic view, and I'll be looking straight down at my scene. And so while I'm looking straight down at the scene with the camera selected, I can hit my G for grab, but I'm just going to click the move tool right over here, and I'm going to click and drag that camera so it's right in front of the text here. And then I'm going to hit an R for rotate, and I'm just going to drag that camera so it's looking over there at the text. And then I'm going to click this X button over here so I can look at it from the side, because I want to see how my camera's looking at that text. And you see my camera's quite high here. So I'm going to move my camera down a little bit. And if I go to this button right here, you can see I'm getting pretty good. I could probably move my camera back a little bit, but I think I'm going to leave my camera right there. I'm just going to hit G for grab while my camera's selected. And then I can just move and get that text lined up about where I want it. And click, and so that looks pretty good there. Now, my text isn't fitting in this window here. So what I can do is, while my camera's selected, and you notice right over here, I got the little camera icon selected here as well, and the camera selected up here. So I can come over here to this right here. I'm going to actually drag this out a little bit so you can see what the full text here, but this is focal length. So if you've done any photography before, you know that a lot of cameras, higher end cameras, you can put different lenses on them. Some of them have zoom lenses. And basically what that zoom's doing is changing your focal length. And so we can come up here and we can just click and drag, and it's kind of like having a zoom on our camera. So we can basically adjust that focal length to where we've got our text right in our window the way we want it. And I like that pretty good. I think about the only thing I want to do here, there's a couple things. I want to probably bring my light forward, because you can see there's a lot of shadows on the front of my letters here. So let's do that first. I'm going to go back right up here and click Z again, so I can look at it from the top. And right here, this is our light source right now. And you can see it's back behind the letters from the camera. And so I want to click and bring that in front of my letters a bit. So I'm just going to bring it out here someplace. Maybe I'll put it, you can see how it's lighting up my letters there as I bring it closer here. So I'm going to bring it right about here, a little bit in front of the camera. And that's probably pretty close there. And so I'm going to go back to the camera and look at that. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. I got my letters lit up the way I want. One thing I would like to change here is this background's gray now, and I think it would look better if it was black. And so to do that, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come down to the one that looks like a little world here. It's on a little axis there. And I'm going to click on that, and you can see over here by color, this is where I can set the background color. And all I'm going to do is click on that, come up here and drag this little dot here right down like that, down towards the bottom there, make it completely black. And then, so I think we're about done. I got my text changed. I've got it extruded out. I've applied a material to it. I've got my camera lined up where I'm happy with it. And so now what I want to do is render this image out. And so before I render it out, I probably want to look at my render settings. And so if I come over here and look at this thing that looks like a printer kicking out a little piece of paper, if I click on that, I can see my resolution that this image is going to be when it creates it, and a few other things. This is basically if I was creating an animation, how many frames I'm going to have in my animation. If I scroll down here, this is the folder that my image is going to be saved in, so I can click on that little icon there and change the folder. We'll leave that for now. And this is an important one, file format. These are the kind of files that I can save and create with this program. PNG is what I want, and so I'm just going to leave it on PNG. And I'm going to come up here, we can kind of ignore the rest of these. But the one I'm concerned with right now is the resolution. So we said we was going to do a video at 720, 720p. And so to do that, we want to change this because right now this is 1080p. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, or 1080 anyway. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change that. So that one I want to be 1280. And this one right here, I want to be 720. And hit my return key. And so, yeah, don't really see anything changing here, but what will happen is when I render out my image at 100%, it's going to make an image that is 1280 by 720. So it'll be the perfect size for the video that we're going to be making. And so now all I need to do is I need to come over here and go up to the menu where it says render. And I'm going to click on render image. And what that'll do is render out that image. Now, depending on the speed of your computer, the faster the computer, the faster this will render out. Slower computers, it'll take a little bit longer to process. And so what you're going to see here is this final rendered image. And you can also click on image here and save it, or save as if you want to make a copy of it, give it a different name, put it in a different location. And so for today, that's all we're going to do is just render out one image for our lesson. But feel free to play around, to make different letters, make different words, and apply different textures, different lighting, different camera settings, render out some cool stuff. I'll be excited to kind of see what you render out. What I'll do is make a few more videos for you to learn these skills, and then after you have some time to practice next week sometime, we'll try and do a Zoom conference where we can all meet up at the same time and share out some of the things that we created. And so learn these skills, practice with them, get good at them, come up with some cool stuff, and then next week we'll try and meet up and we'll see what everybody's come up with. So anyway, I think that's about all I got today. I think we covered quite a bit. Go ahead and work on these skills until you can create an image such as this. Thanks.